All right, here is somewhat of an overview. I am going to kind of shift everything, and I guess I'll just start from over here and work my way through. As you can see, I have a ton, and I definitely have way too many. If you could see by the little snippet in the video, things are on top of things, and like this wasn't even in my drawer because I didn't have room for it. And I don't personally like that. I like to have one even layer of cosmetics or makeup in kind of any given drawer, if you will. So yeah, we're going to declutter, and of course nothing goes to waste. Anything that's a little bit older product, maybe I've used it a lot of times, but it's still got a lot of love left to give. I pass it along to friends and family, and then the other things do go in my resale group over on Facebook. I guess I will just start right here. This is the Natasha Denona, my Mini Dream Glow Blush, and I really love this, and I don't have a ton in terms of like this kind of color, and this looks so beautiful on the skin. I oftentimes will just kind of mix all three of these together, and it's super beautiful. I also really like to travel with this because it's super small and compact, so definitely holding on to that one. Next up, I have a blush from Lawless. This is the Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Cream Blush in the shade Duchess. This is a really beautiful formula. I think I'm gonna kind of compare this maybe as we go because this is a newer blush, so I probably will end up keeping this one in my collection. But I like that this is that formulation that I talk about with cream product. If it does not set down and it still looks kind of dewy and tacky on the skin, I will not like it. I like a cream blush that sets down on the skin but still offers, you know, what a cream blush is supposed to offer. It doesn't look dry, chalky, or cakey. I really like the formula of this. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile just for now. I think I'm holding on to it, but we'll see. Next up, we have a jelly blush from Mo Beauty. I think I just kind of swatched this or maybe demoed it one time for you guys. I do have the Milk Makeup one, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this and keep those. Next up, I have the Made by Mitchell Liquid Blusher. This is the Blush in Darling Peach. This is just getting a little bit older, and for that reason only, I'm going to declutter. Next up, we have the Winky Lux blush, and this has like a little cushion on it. The pigmentation here is absolutely beautiful. They look really nice on the skin. They're a very thin serum-like consistency, and then they set down and they are freaking bulletproof, so definitely holding on to this one. Next up, we have this little beauty from Revolution Beauty. I feel like I have enough, and I feel like I already know that I have some that are like kind of deeper, darker like this, so that can go. Next up, I have this one from Catrice. This is the Baked Apple Pink blush. This is more, honestly, it could be in like the highlighter category, but there's something about just this beautiful baked formulation that gives a beautiful little luminous quality to the skin. I really love this, definitely holding on to this one. Next up, I have a Blush Balm Stick from Made by Mitchell. This is in Cherry Cola. This one I think I will keep. And I think after keeping this one, knowing that I have the Lawless one, I probably don't need very many in like this kind of color range, if you will. But I really like the consistency in this. I really like the consistency of this as well, so holding on to this one. Next up, we have a blush from Il Makiage. This is the shade Vogue in their Mineral Baked Blush. And this is super beautiful. Also that really pretty kind of slightly luminous baked blush formula. It's quite pigmented though. It blends out really beautifully. It looks really stunning on the skin. I definitely feel like I have enough, and this is not one that I reach for all the time, but beautiful quality, but I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. Next up, I have all of my little liquid filter blushes from Huda Beauty. I'm holding on to all of these. I have raved about these since receiving them. I paid for one of the little duos and maybe this one, and they sent this, or vice versa. But this is a beautiful formula. I use it on my cheeks. I use it for my lips. It's bulletproof. It looks really beautiful on the skin, keeping all of these. Next up, I have the Clinique Cheek Pop in Fig Pop. I absolutely love this. I love the formula of this. It's kind of an OG. I love the color of it. I love the finish of it. Definitely holding on to this one as well. Next up, we have a Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Pop. This is like a super deep, dark, beautiful, vibrant, like orangey shade, kind of like orangey red. I feel like I can let this go, even though this is more orange than what this Tarte one is. Like this is kind of true cherry red. You can definitely see like the oranginess to this. Let me just kind of compare really quickly, y'all. Blush is something, I mean, y'all know if you've been here with me for a long time, I love blush. Love, love, love. I do have the new Tower 28 Finest Hour blush, which I've not even opened yet. which is also kind of more cherry red. Honestly, this is still leaning way more orangey. Let me look at my Smashbox one. And honestly, even though I wanted this for so long, I have the Tarte one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. Okay, let me look at this. This is the Smashbox Blush Stick in Hi-Fi Heat. I maybe should have put these in like their own color stories. Okay, that's definitely orange. I think comparatively, I think I can let the milk go and then I'll kind of see what I have in terms of oranges. I love an orange blush, more specifically when I'm quite tan in the summer months. I think they're gorgeous. So we'll declutter milk. I think for now I'm holding on to the Smashbox and I am holding on to the Tarte. Next up, I have a couple little mini babies from Kosas. This is a beautiful formula. We have more of kind of a neutrally kind of mauve-y tone. I love the packaging here as well. We have a beautiful kind of softer pink, and then we have a vibrant pop of pink. I also already know that I do have the Too Faced in kind of that more cool tony type pink. This is leaning a slightly more purpley, I think. I feel like I can let Kosas go. You guys can see I've used this a ton. I absolutely love it. It looks beautiful on the skin. So I'll declutter this one. I think I'm definitely gonna hold on to this. And then in terms of these two, I'm trying to look around. I have an Ofra blush. In terms of powders, I have a couple Persona blushes. This one is in Georgia, and this one is in Caramel. Okay, so none of those are really super close. I have a Pretty Smart one. This is a drugstore brand. I have a full face of the Pretty Smart collection up on my channel. Okay, and this is a glowy kind of peachy pink that actually has pigment, unlike NARS Orgasm. I love this. I'm gonna hold on to this. Y'all can see how beautiful that is. And it's literally, I think everything in the line was like under 10 bucks. So I'm holding on to that one for sure. I have my Fenty Beauty, my Suede Cheeks. I still feel like that's different enough. I have my Fenty Beauty in Just a Crush. Absolutely love this. This is one of my all-time favorite blush formulas. And this, compared to, if I can find it, my brand new Glossier Cloud Paint blush, the packaging on this is cheap as hell. As soon as you bend it past there, the little cap's falling off. But this formula of both of these, stellar. Absolutely incredible. Like, you don't even really feel them. It feels like silk. They go on the skin so incredibly beautifully. They last a long time. They don't accentuate texture or anything like that. I didn't really realize I was going to be opening every blush just to kind of look. I have a Danessa Myricks Blush Balm. So let's kind of set that up here. Or should I compare powders? Let me compare powders. I have one from Bare Minerals. It's the bronzer in, it just says Gen Nude Kiss of Rose. I feel like this will just give me a better idea, you guys. Especially in terms of, you know, I don't need X amount of powder blushes all in the same thing. This is a lip balm, cheek and lip balm. Let me take that out of the equation over here. This is my House Labs blush in Watermelon Bliss. Absolutely incredible. Definitely completely different from anything right here. I'll move that out of frame so that we're not getting blinded by it. I do have a couple of the Sephora Collection blushes. I have Tropical Dawn and Morning Blaze. And these are both just a little bit more kind of punchy, a little bit more fiery, if you will. And again, I normally will wear like these types of blushes more so in the summertime. And then when I'm a little bit more light, I will go more towards like this kind of color range, if you will. I have a couple of NYX Buttermelt blushes. This one right here is more of like a bronzer topper because it's quite punchy and quite pigmented. This is another formula, you guys, that it has a beautiful, slight, luminous sheen to it. They are very, very impactful, very punchy. They last a long time on the skin. They're incredibly, incredibly beautiful, you guys. I also have another one from NYX. This is You Know Butter. And that's another like kind of fiery, warm, like peachy shade. I'm trying to look for powders, you guys. I have this Revolution, and I already know that kind of looking at this, I kind of for sure have that in other places. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter the Revolution one. I also have this one from Base Blue Cosmetics. This is a powder blush in the spring variation. Super, super beautiful. The highlighter like this, oh my word, is it divine, y'all. And then powder-wise, I do also have these two right here. These are from the Beauty Crop. This is the Glow Milk Blushed blush. This is Glistening Gardenia. And that's kind of a more neutrally leaning, I would say, pretty much like a neutrally leaning peach. So I don't feel like I have that in here either. I'm definitely trying to not blind you guys, so I do apologize. And hopefully you can see everything. Look, if you're new to my declutters, y'all, I basically hit play and I run around and sit down, and then I just hope that I'm in frame for the entirety of my filming. So I am sorry. If you're new here though, I hope you'll consider subscribing and give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy this type of content. And if you're new to my declutter series, I do not generally have, I'm trying to open this by the way, y'all. I do not have, I guess, a connection to my makeup in terms of I receive so much, you know, I get subscription boxes and stuff like that, and I'm kind of replenishing pretty much monthly, if you will, that I don't really have a connection, and I don't usually have a hard time like decluttering and getting rid of things. And I know that's not the case for some people. I'm just noting that that is the case for me. I want a very small, minimally curated collection, and I'm pretty hell-bent on keeping that kind of going. Okay, I feel like I obviously kept a couple peach blushes already, like more peachy orange. I feel like I prefer the glow here. So I'm gonna declutter this one, and then let me see. Okay, the House Labs, love the formula, and now it's my only kind of more red powdered blush, so I'm holding on to the House Labs. I definitely want to hold on to my Fenty. It's one of my favorite formulations, like, of all time. They're incredibly beautiful, so I'm going to keep both of those. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be, you guys, because I definitely want to keep variety. I want to be able to showcase different things for you guys as well. I feel like I have enough. I don't feel like now I really have much of what's like in this kind of color family. So I'm going to hold on to this one. I think I'm going to also hold on to this one just because these are good for travel, and it kind of gives me a little bit of variation with that. Y'all, I'm not doing so good. I'm going to keep both of these just because I like the more glowy type blushes. I think I'm going to keep both of the NYX just because, again, they're super punchy. They last a long time. They're phenomenal. I am going to keep the Cloud Paint one, even if the packaging sucks. The product inside, it makes it more than worth it, in my opinion. Okay, now I have not decluttered a whole lot, so I need to actually be a little bit more brutal here. This formula is just great. Very soft, very blendable. It feels literally like silk. And I like that I can get punch if I just kind of go in with that shade. If I kind of swirl them together or dip more into this one, I can diffuse that and lighten it up a little bit. It gives a beautiful, like, soft diffusion to the skin, so I'm holding on to that one. I feel like that's kind of close-ish to the Kosas, so I can declutter that. I feel like I still want to keep this, but I do already have some peachy ones. I'm going to put this in the Maybe palette for now. I think I can go ahead and declutter this. I definitely have enough. I love the formula of this. This is more of like a summertime, like, blush bronze moment, like bronzer topper moment. Super beautiful. Again, high shine, really nice pigment, not, you know, glittery or anything like that. I don't know why they call it a bronzer. It's a highlight. It's a very deep highlight, or I would say like a bronzer topper shade, but I like the formula so much, I'm gonna hold on to it. And then I am gonna go ahead and declutter this one because I do feel like I have enough. This is a Danessa Myricks, like, multi, like, lip and cheek. This is from Say. We have the Danessa Myricks Blushed Balm. We have a couple of the Milk Makeup Jelly Tints. And I guess I'm just going to kind of put all this kind of more together since they're all along the same lines. We have the new Rhode Pocket Blush. I have one from Moira. I have an e.l.f. Putty Blush in this beautiful, hot, fiery orange. I've definitely kept enough with, like, the Sephora and the Fenty, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I can kind of tell that right off the top. The Keys, this used to be my favorite cream blush. Not that it's not still fantastic, but obviously different things come out. It looks beautiful It goes on like super punchy, as you can see, but then when you shear it out, you guys, it becomes this beautiful, soft, like just diffusion of color. You can really punch it up or you can diffuse it out. It's freaking bulletproof. I love these, but I do have enough, so I'm gonna declutter. I also have a Melt Blush Light, I think is what they're called. Cream Blush Light. This is Honey Thief. This is actually a recommendation from my beautiful friend, Deb. I'm gonna close it because it has a mirror, but we know that it's a little bit more peachy. I have this ColourPop Super Shock cheek pearlized and all laced up. Another favorite. This is so incredibly beautiful. I have one from Moon Slice Beauty, a liquid blush. We have a Beauty Creations kind of cream blush. We have another, I think this is Beauty Creations. Yes, we have a more peachy Beauty Creations. I have my Born Ruby, which is almost gone. The Oh So Natural Blush Drops. This was in Peach. And I'll just kind of open it so you can kind of see it's kind of a burnt terracotta-y peach. I think I'm going to keep this and put it in my top drawer and try to use it up. So I'm keeping that. I have one from Westman Atelier. I kind of got this because the contour is so incredibly beautiful. And this is just not a color that I've kind of reached for, although it's incredibly beautiful. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one as well. And then I have a couple more of the blushes from Made by Mitchell. This is Peach Sugar and this is Love Lies. These are actually getting a little bit older, so I would be nervous to even pass these along to anybody. So I am unfortunately, unless my niece wants these, and yes, they'll be thoroughly sanitized, unless she maybe wants to use them, I'm gonna go ahead and toss those. Okay, in terms of over here, I also have these, which wouldn't even fit in my drawer. These are from Beauty Creations, I think, yes. And they're the Blushing Buddies in Rosy Cheeks and Star Power. Y'all, I was blown away by these. I got these in my Ice Cream Beauty bag and I demoed them and I've used them a couple times since then. But again, I have not been able to really reach for the things that I want to reach for because I can't see everything. And these didn't even fit in there. Holding on to these for sure. So in saying that, obviously, we have both of these shades in here already. I feel like we can go ahead and get rid of the Moira. I feel like I can get rid of both of these also because this is more peachy. That's peach. This has a little bit more of that kind of burntness that I'm looking for. So those can go as well. The Rhode Pocket Blush, I'm still testing out. It's still new to me, so I'm going to hold on to that. Let's see. The Blush Balm. Let me just kind of compare those. I feel like I can keep this because now I really don't have as many in that same color family. I feel like this is different enough from that I can keep this, and I love that. This, I think, can go. I don't often use like super pinky pink, so that can go. The Say can go. I'll keep the Danessa Myrix because I use this on my lips a lot. And I like this too, just to kind of put that out there. Products like this, even the Milk Makeup, the Huda Beauty ones, you can do literally just like a wash of like your bronzer or something like that in the crease or nothing on your lids, and then put this on the eyes and the lips, and you instantly have a cohesive look. So keeping that. I'm definitely going to hold on to both of my jelly blushes. I've gotten a lot of use out of these. I love these. I use them on the lips, on the cheeks. They're bulletproof. They're fantastic. And I am going to hold on to this one as well. It's just beautiful. So let me count up everything I kept, everything I decluttered. I'll BRB. All right, beauties, the totals for our blush declutter. I kept 37 and decluttered 22. I usually try to do it by half, but blush, y'all, I'm a blush hoe. I'm a blush sucker. I love it. So keeping 37, decluttering 22, I still think that I did a really, really good job. And I do think that it's going to be a single layer and fit nicely into my drawers. What did you guys think? How did I do? And what are some of your favorite blushes? I'd love to know your favorite blush of all time. Even if they stopped selling it, you haven't used it in 10 years. What was that one blush that really just had your heart and soul? I'd like to know. Comment down below. Let's have that conversation. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties!